Joining me now to discuss Republican Texas Congressman August Pfluger. Hello, Congressman.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
I said that everyone should be voted out of office. Does that exclude you, and should it?
Well, of course it does, and I think come November, people are going to think about this celebration that happened at the White House today and how tone-deaf the administration under Biden's leadership is. And, you know, quite honestly, I want them to come to my district and go to the town halls with me and hear the people from Odessa, Texas talk about putting food on the table and how much things are costing every American family because of Biden's administration. And you mentioned it, 13% for food and 15% for electricity, 33% for utility costs. Those are Biden's policies. And come November, I think the American people are going to speak loud and clear to get Republicans into office to lead our economy back to the greatness that it is.
Well, I don't know how, but the administration is still getting help from the mainstream media. Just 2 weeks ago, they were falling all over themselves, congratulating the president for wearing aviators every once in a while. The Inflation Reduction Act doesn't do anything to tackle inflation. What are you and your colleagues on the Republican side doing to ease any of this pain?
Well, it doesn't. And in fact, the natural gas tax that's part of this Inflation Expansion Act is actually causing pain for every family. It's higher gas prices. It's a dependency on China. You see the president wearing those aviator glasses. He's certainly no pilot, but you see him going to Saudi Arabia asking for more oil. Well, guess what? Our commitment to America that will be rolled out later this month is going to bring energy dominance back to America. It's going to bring safety and security back to our American streets. And it's going to get our economy the #1 weapon that we have, the best tool in our arsenal. It's going to get it back to the position it needs to be in.
So let's talk a little bit about the lack of energy independence and how, the White House has tried to spin the fact that gas prices have come down, which is a good thing, as, somehow a fix-all Band-Aid that is going to help people through their economic pain. But that's not enough, and gas prices are expected to go up here at the end of the year. So, if there is a split in Congress, if Democrats keep the Senate and Republicans take the House, does that give your party any leverage in terms of energy independence?
Well, certainly we have to have the House. We'd like to have the Senate. But, yeah, I think it does, because so many of us, like myself, I represent the Permian Basin. And, what we're doing there to produce 5.5 million barrels a day that helps bring those prices down, despite the assault that the administration is doing. We'd like to have both. We want to hold them accountable. We want to unleash American energy because we know we can do it better than anywhere else. But this is what this administration doesn't understand, is they're going for non-reliable forms of energy, and it's actually pushing prices higher.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, for the most vulnerable in our country, which is those who are the lowest wage earners.
Yes, and the lowest wage earners also don't own their homes. And so Corinne Jean-Pierre, her big solution is, yeah, sure, fuel oil has gone up 70%. Like you said, eggs are up 35%, but solar panels, you'll get a rebate. People who don't own their homes, people who are a paycheck away from being homeless, they're not going to buy solar panels for $7,500 bucks, hoping for a $2,000 rebate. They're so incredibly tone deaf. I mean, this whole thing today with James Taylor and people, I know there are a lot of people who think that the climate is the most important thing in the world. To people who can't feed their kids, it's very far down on the list. Last word, we're running out of time, so make it quick.
You're absolutely right. And they're so tone deaf, they're disconnected. And I think that's why Republicans are the party of the working class family, the party of those who are patriotic and want to do the right thing, put their kids in, through their education and get them off to their version of the American dream. Democrats are going to be known for celebrating on the worst stock market day we've had in over 2 years.
Yeah, good
and that's,
job.
how disconnected they are.
On news of inflation. All right, Congressman, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.